Tyrese Haliburton, Pascal Siakam, and Myles Turner lead the Indiana Pacers, and Jalen, Brunson, OG Anunoby, and Josh Hart lead the New York Knicks, and these two squads went to battle for 7 games. The Pacers' historic offense and breakneck pace versus the Brunson Burner, igniting the Knicks' offense combined with the overall New York hustle, made for a back and forth series, resulting in a Pacers victory and advancement to the conference finals for the first time in 10 years. Indiana was second in pace this regular season, and the speed they played with helped them again in this series, overwhelming the Knicks, and their games can honestly be described as track meets. The Pacers play with a mentality commonly described as the point .5 mentality. Whether you want to pass, shoot, drive, doesn't matter. Just make the decision quickly, and you see exactly that with this squad. It is honestly impressive how they can play with such pace but not be rushed or out of control. A lot of teams couldn't replicate this if they tried, and it's made for one of the best offenses this postseason. This Indiana offense and the pace and unselfishness they play with starts with Haliburton. He is always looking to get the ball up the floor as quickly as possible, whether that's him blazing up the court to catch the defense on their heels, or skipping the first step and firing a pass up the court to speed things up even more, forcing the defense to have to guard even quicker. And this is a habit that is present throughout the entire team. They're always looking to get the ball up the court and move things along. Even in the half court, Hallie is looking for the fastest offense. Haliburton has a tendency to sometimes show passiveness as a scorer, maybe falling too far into this facilitator role. When we see him at his best, there's a ton of movement and activity that allows him to get loose for his three-pointers, where he has been knocked down consistently for his entire career. Again, when he is looking to be aggressive, his rim pressure is so important. A playmaker can only be dangerous when they are a threat to score, and Haliburton knows how to get to the cup and finish. He can also hit the mid-range, and I would love to see him go to this shot even more. When the point guard is firing from deep and slashing to finishing close, that opens up the floor even more for his teammates, making this offense just too much to handle. Another point guard that allows his team to get out and run is TJ McConnell, and his value to his team cannot be overstated. When Haliburton is off the floor, a lot of the times they don't miss a beat because of what his backup can do. McConnell shares the same unselfishness and does a great job setting up his teammates. His speed and quickness put such pressure on defenses, and New York definitely felt this. In addition to his playmaking, McConnell has a special scoring ability. His most notable shot is definitely his mid-range. He transitions into the shot so well and so quickly. Defenders can contest the shot heavily, but he still finds a way to be so efficient with it. The guard can also finish in close, oftentimes surprising defenders with quick flip-ups. A lot of his layups down low are just extremely difficult for a player his size. When both of these guards are on the floor together, things get even more dangerous for defenses. TJ McConnell brings so much off the bench, but he is just one player that helped the Pacers to have the best bench in the league during this regular season, with nothing changing in these playoffs. Obi Toppin was acquired for pretty much nothing, actually from the New York Knicks in the 2023 offseason. He has fit right into this Indiana fast-paced offense with his athleticism, making him so dangerous in the open floor, and he showed good activity down low in this series as well in the half court. He showed crazy value as a floor spacer in this series too, shooting almost 44% from three across the 7 games. Isaiah Jackson was so valuable with his energy and shot blocking. His energy on the boards, a lot of the time offensive, was so important versus a New York team that pounds the glass. Ben Shepherd is a player I really like, as he shot 45% from three in this series, and he's a player that can switch onto Brunson and you feel good about it. This team just has so much depth. We saw the exact reason why the Pacers were aggressive in acquiring Pascal Siakam, with his great ability to find his rhythm and get his buckets in the mid-range and in the post. We've spoken about this team's ability to play fast, but Siakam can slow it down for them and score in the half court as well. Myles Turner continued to make his mark as a rim protector, floor spacing big, and he showcased his skill to put the ball on the floor as a 5-man. Andrew Nembhard showed his ability to score on all 3 levels in this series. Aaron Naismith's nonstop energy matched the Knicks, and he was another double-digit scorer. Overall, this squad runs hard. The Knicks can get out and run too, especially with all of the stops created by their defense. The player that allows them to play fast the most by far is Josh Hart. He's one of the best drivers and finishers in the league. He can finish tough through contact a lot of the time, coast to coast, where he's easily one of the best in the league. He can handle pressure up the court so well, with insane speed with the ball, and there aren't very many guys who can stop him from finishing once he gets there. Great chemistry helps New York to run the fast break well so often, but overall they couldn't keep up with the Pacers, especially in Game 4 and Game 7. Logging heavy minutes, specifically for Josh Hart, and a ton of injuries didn't allow for them to completely keep up with the track meet that is an Indiana Pacers game, and few teams can. This ability to push the pace from the Knicks does account for some of their offense, but the brunt of their scoring comes from the Brunson Burner. Jalen Brunson was one of the biggest and best stories this NBA season. The buzz around his name started during the 2022 playoffs when he was with the Dallas Mavericks, as he was a huge help in their conference finals run that year, but he has turned into a different player in 2 seasons in New York. He's a relentless scorer, and he became one of my favorite watches this season. Small guards have to be so skilled and sharp in order to succeed on the court, and Brunson is just that. Most of his scoring comes from being a pick and roll ball handler, and he is such a good navigator in this area. Most often these pick and rolls lead into his pull-up shooting, where he was near the top of the league when it comes to frequency, volume, and efficiency. One-on-one, he knows how to get buckets too. His quick and twitchy handle makes him so difficult to guard for defenders. He knows how to get to the cup where he can finish with the soft floater, which is one of the best in the association, or finish strong through contact. Again, he became one of my favorite players to watch this season, at least when he isn't playing against my squad. He had to be everything for the Knicks offense as a scorer and just overall playmaker. But speaking more about the Pacers' depth, Indiana had a number of guys to throw at him to slow and wear him down. Guys like McConnell, Naismith, Shepard, and Nembhard guarded Brunson in this series. McConnell's ball pressure and his energy tank that never really seems to run empty helped him to slow down and bother the New York guard a lot. Naismith's size and similar energy levels to McConnell made him a good option on JB as well, especially in Game 3, at least in half number 1. Brunson did find much more success in half number 2 versus Naismith. It's hard to keep him down for an entire game. Shepard is just a rookie, but can defend on the ball really well too, and you feel just fine with a 22-year-old checking one of the league's best. Nembhard definitely didn't do a bad job on Brunson, but Brunson was just able to get himself going much more versus the second-year player, as he was the least effective Brunson defender. But overall, despite this team's struggle to defend some of the time, they have a lot of different players that were able to contain some of Brunson's elite-level scoring. Overall, this Indiana Pacers team and their pace powered them to victory, closing out the 7-game series in Madison Square Garden. Their personnel allows them to play this way, again, with guys that can score in the half court as well. Currently, we see them down 0-2 versus the Boston Celtics, and they look to be in trouble as their all-NBA guard is dealing with that hamstring injury again. They honestly had Game 1 in their hands, but threw it away with late-game turnovers, and Boston closed it out in OT. Game 2, no one could guard Jalen Brown, as he showcased his elite ability to get to the cup and finish. The Celtics are simply better, but the Pacers will be around for a while, with a lot of younger players, and their play style is so fun. But what do you think? How did you enjoy this Pacers-Knicks series? Can the Pacers storm back for a finals appearance versus the mighty Celtics? How bright is this Pacers team's future in your eyes? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. This has been Rashad with Hoops x2. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. See you guys next time. Peace out.